Hello and good evening students and welcome back to Global Online Platform. This is Chandni Swarnakar. Today we are going to cover T.S. Eliot's part 2. Okay, so we have already covered part 1. You can get my lecture at 8 p.m. on a daily basis. But before diving into the video, let me share that there is a great opportunity to prepare smartly for the April 2024 Maharashtra SET. Global Online is offering a comprehensive English literature course. You'll have access to video lectures that explain concepts using short and effective methods. The course also provides downloadable PDF notes for your convenience. Additionally, you'll get mock tests that stimulate real exam condition, boosting your final preparation. Okay, and the best part is that you are getting complete course, okay, for paper 1 for free. Okay, now to learn more, reach out to the provided contact number here. Now, if you want to watch the free videos, first download the Global Online app. Once you are in, head to the source section. There you'll find details of all the courses. Use the search bar to directly type in the course name and you will get an overview along with fees for the duration. Click on the content section here. Okay, and you will find unit wise folders. In each unit you will get mock test, theory lectures, evaluation notes and MCQs. No need for extra reading. Now, if you decide to join the paid course, do remember that we are starting a new batch from 22nd of February, okay? So, you will also be added to a WhatsApp group if you'll join. In that group, you'll find a PDF for each session along with the videos link. It's a great way to stay connected and get additional resources. So, happy learning. Now, let's start with our other works of T.S. Eliot, right? So, yes. The Hol Man. Okay, the Hol Man. Now, 1925, do remember, it was actually divided into 5 parts. It has 5 parts and 90 lines long poem. Do remember the lines 98, 47, 38. You need to remember this. Now, the title was actually a combination of 2 titles. Okay, so the first one, The Hollow Land by William Morris, and The Broken Men by Rudyard Kipling, as it is believed. So the hollow from here and the men from here. Okay, so it combined all together and make the Hollow Man. Now, the 2 epigraphs to the poem, like from where it was taken, like so Mr. Goods, he dead. A penny for the old guys are allusions to Conrad's character and to Guy Fawkes. Okay, so this is also an allusion that has been used here, that of Conrad's character and to Guy Fawkes. 2 epigraphs to the poem are Mr. Kurtz, he dead, a penny for the old guy. These are the things that you have to remember. There is no option here. Now, it has 5 parts, I told you. So, in the first section, the poem introduces the Hollow Man as shape without form, shape without color. Like there is a shape but without form. There is a shape but without color. Okay, so in first section that happened. Now the second section alludes to the Guy Fawkes conspiracy, emphasizing failed revolutionary movements and futility of their endeavors. Okay, so it's all about Guy Fawkes. The allusion it's been used here, and Guy Fawkes conspiracy is there. Okay, and that also emphasizes failed revolutionary movements and the futility of their endeavors. Now the third section introduces a recurring motif of eyes I dare not meet in dreams. Eyes I dare not meet in dreams, suggesting a fear of confronting reality and acknowledging their own hollowness. So it's like we don't want to confront the reality. Sometimes we want to escape, right? Through books, sometimes we escape through movies, web series and all. We escape, and sometimes just we like to sleep and don't want to talk about reality. So it's all about that suggesting a fear of confronting reality and acknowledging their own hollowness. Like we inside, as we feel hollow, okay, feel empty. Now the fourth section presents a bleak vision of a world ending not with a bang but a whimper. Like the world is ending but with a whimper, not with a bang. Okay, highlighting the quiet and unremarkable decline of humanity. Okay, so even it's not highlighted. Humanity is dying and declining, but even it's not highlighted, people are not thinking about it. Okay, now the fifth section. Finally, the fifth section reflects on the cyclical nature of existence and the perpetual struggle to escape the emptiness. Now, in the fifth section, basically, poem is talking about that how you can struggle to escape the emptiness, and reflects on the cyclical nature of existence. It's all about like cyclically revolving around it. Somewhere it cyclically existing, and the perpetual struggle to escape the emptiness. You are existing and also you are struggling. Now, the last point, the poem concludes with a repetition of the iconic line, "This is the way the world ends." Okay, emphasizing the inevitability of spiritual collapse. Okay, this is the way the world ends. Now, second work, Journey of the Maggie. It's not Maggie that can be prepared in 2 minutes, and that itself not true. So it has 43 lines. Okay, and it is one of the 5 poems that Eliot contributed for a series of 38 pamphlets by several authors. Basically 38 pamphlets are there and by several authors, and collectively titled as aerial poems. Okay, so Journey of the Maggie is one of them, one of the poems. Okay, 5 poems. So it has 43 lines, and the other one is A Song for the Simeon. Okay, 1928. This is also the part of this, the aerial poems. 37 lines in total. Now, when we were talking about Journey of the Maggie, we have to note something else too. The poem's dramatic monologue incorporates quotations and literary allusions to work by earlier writers Lancelot Andrewes and Matthew Arnold. You're also going to see the allusions. So you can see that T.S. Eliot is actually using a lot of allusions in his works, right, in poems, and basically in poems particularly. Okay, now so this you need to remember. Now then, next work, Ash Wednesday. It's a poem and a long poem. Here actually, like somebody, just imagine a person who has no faith in God. Okay, and the poem deals with the struggle that ensues when one has lacked faith in the past, strives to move towards God. So I have just told you that imagine a person who has no faith in God, but eventually maybe he realized something, and eventually he decided that okay, this is the only way, and I can be more fulfilled with God. Okay, so that he strives to move towards God. Okay, so that is all about Ash Wednesday. Now, next work is Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats, 1930. Okay, so it's a collection of whimsical light poems. So it's a collection of poems. So do remember the title, and also that it's a collection of poems. Now, the very famous 4 quartets. 4 quartets itself is very self-explanatory that it must have 4 poems, a set of 4 poems. Okay. Now, first poem is Burnt Norton. In this particular collection, we can say of course a collection because it has a set of 4 poems, right? So the first poem in this collection is Burnt Norton. What? Burnt Norton. And the other 3 of them is basically East Cocker, The Dry Selvages, Little Gidding. Okay, East Cocker, The Dry Selvages, and Little Gidding. And here also you are going to see some references to the Bhagavad Gita and the pre-Socratics philosophies and all, as well as St. John of the Cross, okay, and Julian of Norwich. You are going to see these references in this particular set of 4 poems collection. Now, moving on to the next one, Sweeney Agonists. Okay, so first attempt at writing a verse drama, but it's an incomplete one. Okay, so it is the first attempt to write this poem, basically verse drama. Okay, but it was actually incomplete. So he separately published 2 scenes. Okay, now when he published 2 scenes, it actually collected them in 1932 as a small book under the title Sweeney Ignatz Fragments of an Aristophanic Melodrama. What it is? Sweeney Ignatz Fragments of an Aristophanic Melodrama. Now, so let me tell you, Eliot had used the character of Sweeney in 4 poems. Okay, so I'm going to tell you. First is Sweeney among the nightingales, and you will be shocked when you will see that, okay, here also this character has been used. So the first one, Sweeney among the nightingales, 1918. Second, Mr. Eliot's Sunday Morning Service, 1918. Sweeney Erect, 1999. And the Westland, 1922. So it will be easy for you. Sweeney among the nightingales, of course it's very much related. Sweeney Erect is also very easy to remember, but you just need to focus here. Mr. Eliot's Sunday Morning Service, okay? And of course you will remember the Westland, I promise you that, because it's not difficult. Then the next one is The Rock. It's a play, but a different kind of play, a patient play with words, okay? And about this quotation is very famous, and Eliot disclaimed this with full responsibility for the text and said, I cannot consider myself the author of the play, but only of the words which are printed here. Okay, he said, I cannot consider myself the author of the play, but only of the words which are printed here. Now, the next works, Murder in the Cathedral. It's a verse drama and first published in 1935. When? In 1935. It's also a verse drama. We have already talked about this, Sweeney Ignatz, and that was a verse drama, of course, but it was an incomplete work. But here, Murder in the Cathedral is a complete work, and that was first performed in 1935. Okay. Now, focus here. What the story is all about. Basically, the play portrays the assassination of Archbishop Thomas Becket, okay, in Canterbury Cathedral during the reign of Henry II in 1170. When we were talking about Canterbury Tales, Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, people are going to Thomas Becket's, right? So, here you need to understand that it actually portrays the assassination of Archbishop Thomas Becket in Canterbury Cathedral during the reign of Henry II in 1170. Okay, do remember that. And this is also important to know that it has 2 parts. So the first part basically focus on the Becket's return from exile, like he was exiled. So in first part you are going to see that Becket is coming back, and the second part depicting his martyrdom. Okay, first part also concludes the conflicts with King Henry II. So you are going to see 2 things in first part, that Becket is coming back and also faces conflicts with King Henry II, and the second depicting his martyrdom. Okay, now next work, The Family Reunion. Now I must tell you that you need to read this particular work. Okay, you need to cover this, the summary of this particular work, and also of this, The Cocktail Party. I hope I haven't added a lot more. Okay, so you have to cover the summary of The Cocktail Party, okay, and also of the reunion. Now here it was written in blank verse, like mostly it was written in blank verse, but not in iambic pentameter, because mostly it's been there that, okay, in blank verse iambic pentameter is there, but differently, and in a different way the family reunion is being written. Okay, now it was set in Wishwood, and the play revolves around Lord Monchesais. Okay, so he returned, and his uneasy reunion with his estranged family, like, okay, maybe he must be somewhere else and he came back and he reunited with his family. As the characters grapple with guilt, repressed desires and existential dilemmas. Okay, so a lot of themes are there: guilt, repressed desires and existential dilemmas are there. So if you'll read it, you will get to know that what is the major thing in the work. Okay, now the last one is the cocktail party. It's a verse drama in 3 acts. So I have already told you a lot of times that you need to remember the acts. Okay, and it was published in 1950. Okay, so the plot revolves around a married couple, troubled married couple. So you can relate this with Ankita and Vicky. If you are watching the Big Boss, I'm not a fan of Big Boss, but actually I'm uh, watching the reels. Okay, so you can relate this. Edward and Lavinia, who attend a cocktail party. As the party unfolds, the character reveal their inner conflicts, desires, and secrets. Now, when they enter the Big Boss, they actually started revealing their inner conflict, desires, and secrets, right? So the same thing, I can relate this with Ankita and Vicky, and you can relate this with if you are watching, you can relate that too. Now, second, the mysterious host. Okay, and of course also the psychiatrist, because that Lavinia was going to him for her own checkups and all. Okay, so Sir Henry Harcourt Raleigh, this is the character who was also host of the party and also a psychiatrist. Guides the characters through self-discovery. The play delves into psychological and philosophical themes, touching upon the existential crisis of individuals and the challenges of modern life. Okay, so of course you can see the challenges. People are changing, and even the society is changing, and a lot of things are like, okay, I need this, I need that. So a lot of things you'll see here, and psychological and philosophical themes are also there. Psychologically and philosophically, the whole play is being presented. Okay, so you're going to see that. Now, some more points to be added. Through symbolic dialogue and intricate character interactions, Eliot examining the impact of societal expectation on personal identity. So, I have already given the example. You can relate that with this. Okay, so the Eliot examines the impact of societal expectation on personal identity. If somebody is expecting from me that, okay, do this, or before 26 you should marry, or before 30 you should marry. So this is also a kind of impact. Okay, there must be some impact on me or on you or somebody else, right? So the play blends realism with elements of surrealism, emphasizing the character's internal struggles and elusive nature of truth. So these are the things that you are going to see there. And the cocktail party ultimately suggests the possibility of redemption and renewal through self-awareness and acceptance. So the whole story ends with what? Ends with that whatever happens, but you can always face the challenges of the societal expectations or couple drama and all with acceptance and self-awareness. Okay, so if you are self-aware and if you are accepting things as it is, you can actually go through it and you can handle it. Okay, so these are the ideas of this particular work. Now we have completed today's lecture. We'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you very much and all the very best.